Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is your host with the most, King Geo. As you know, last week, federal judge from Florida, Judge Canon, ordered a special master. Gave Donald Trump the request. She granted Donald Trump's team's request for a special master. Now, for those who don't know what a special master is an independent judge or an independent person who was a judge or a lawyer before, and that person is going to look and review all the documents that are there. Is going to decide whether or not there are some of the things that were taken, either they had client privileges, whether they had executive privileges, something that they can look at and say, you know what, you took this out, so this does not go there. That's his job. We all know it's him because he's from New York now. That's his job. And as you well know, the DOJ gave Judge Canon until yesterday to withdraw. And she decided to say she said no, and she appointed the judge anyway. So the DOJ is going to take this to the 11th Circuit Court, where most of the judges there are court appointed by Donald Trump. And I think the DOJ is going to win, because even if you're a first year law student, you would know that what she did was not the correct decision that she did, because number one, there's no precedent over this, so we cannot compare notes, we cannot compare cases, because there is no case. There's never been a case like this. But what there is that before she even decided that she was going to let a master in a public meeting setting, she said before that she was inclined to give Donald Trump a master. So that's just telling you right there, no matter what happened, no matter what the judges, not what the justices brought in, she already had her mind decided. She had decided her mind. And this, my people, this is going into dangerous grounds. Because here you have a Judge Canon who's never, ever, ever tried a case as a judge. Never. You have Amy Coney Barrett, the Supreme Court judge, who never, ever even sat on a bench. Okay? Never sat on a bench. Doesn't have the experience. And then you have Kavanaugh, who was accused of rape. You have all those three of them. They're in a lifetime position. And they will make decisions that will affect you and me. It's okay that you appoint governors. That you appoint judges. Okay, because most of the judges that Donald Trump appointed neglected his idea of that the elections were stolen. Out of 62 that were complaints that were filed in court, 61 of them were rejected most of them by Republican judges that Mr. Trump himself chose. So we have no precedent on this case. So she decided to do it anyway because she owes Donald Trump something. And that's where it goes wrong. Because you can do me a favor. And I can say, okay, I owe you. That's okay, you can owe me $1 later, or what it can be. But we're talking about these are favors that you're going to be doing that is going to affect the outcome of a person's life, a community's life. And you're going to go with that person because that person chose you. You're going to go with his views. And most people in the country, most Republicans, and I can say most Republicans, don't like Donald Trump. They're afraid, but they're afraid of Donald Trump. They're afraid because of what he can do to his career. Now, mind you, most of these people are not political scientists, majors. Most of them studied law. Most of them are lawyers. Some of them are doctors, but they're afraid of their political life. They're afraid of their freebies be taken away from them. So you have a man like Ted Cruz, who gets insulted on national TV by Donald Trump, talking all that stuff about his wife and his father, but yet he kisses his ass. Right? That's pathetic. And you're doing that because of what? Because you have a party and you can accept that. As you know, me as an individual, I wouldn't accept that. I wouldn't talk to Donald Trump again. You insulted me. We can talk trash in politics because that's what it is. But you enter my family into this. You put my wife into this, my kids. No, you went too far. But Ted Cruz don't care. He doesn't. Most of the Republican Party just don't care. And then you're going to have these three judges that are going to make decisions. It's going to affect you and me. It really is. How can you have two out of three judges that's on the bench for a lifetime, that's never had any experience whatsoever, any? Huh? When Barack Obama appointed and nominated the Department of Justice, who is the head judge now, what his name, Garrett, I think it is. He nominated him, and what did Lindsey Graham said? They said no, because we're getting too close to the election, and this was in January. In January, so you had 10 months to go. This was in January, and they said no. But here comes Amy Barrett during the election, going towards the end of the election. She gets nominated and chosen. So you're being a hypocrite. You're eating your own words. You don't do it because of the Democrats are doing it, but you're doing it because it's at your convenience. That's what they did. And no one sees that. No one sees that how corrupt politics is. And I'm sorry, if you're afraid of a politician because he or she may break your office or may break you from being into office, then you should be there. Because you're not working for the Republican Party. You're working for the people that voted you in. And the people that voted you in, especially in the right side, need to get up and get some brains. You cannot believe to this age that the elections is still stolen. You cannot believe in this age that this happened. Just the other day in Michigan, a man killed his wife and his kid and his dog because he was listening to QAnon, and his wife had disagreed about something about the election, and he said the election was stolen, and he killed him. And his daughter said that he killed him because they were talking about Trump. Now, is that ignorance? You're taking it that far? You guys cannot take it to the point where, okay, he lost, that's it, and move on. I know you want to rally, you want to do this, okay, that's fine, and then you have that right. But went too far. Went too far. So, you gotta be careful who you vote for. You know, most of you people vote because your parents are Democrats or your parents are Republicans. But do you really have conservative views? What are conservative views? Because conservative views are things that people told you what they are. This is a conservative view. This is a conservative view, and then you believe that because that's what they say. You believe that because that's what your mama, that's what your parents are. They're Republicans, so you want to follow that rule. Okay, but what is a conservative? What is a liberal? Okay. We have to learn to be our own individual selves. We have to learn to vote on our own merit. We have to learn how to vote what the candidate has. You guys actually want me to believe that a country's going to pay for a wall? I didn't believe that from the beginning because I know better than that. I know no country's going to do that. But yet, over 70 million people that voted for Donald Trump believe that Mexico was going to pay for the wall. You can't be that naive. You can't. Okay? You're talking about when Barack Obama left office, he left them with a good deficit. He left them with a good deficit that was growing. He left them with a good unemployment rate. He didn't do much about it. So what are we talking about? This man has done great things for this country. What has he done? Still, things are still made here in America. I mean, I've been on this earth for 50 years, and as long as I can follow politics, I can tell you the rhetoric of politics. What we're going to do, we're going to get rid of a mission. We're going to get rid of a missionary. We're going to get rid of no longer Chinese things. Things are going to be made here in America. Made in America. That's what they said. I'm 50, so I've seen a lot of these debates. Okay, we're going to get rid of this. We're going to bring this back. And it's just the politics and it's the same bullcrap. Nothing new in their agenda changes. And we believe it because there's a new generation that's never heard of that crap. So they believe it. To this day, you saw how President Biden was in the Ford dealership, right? Saying about things being made in the USA. Ford's car, I wasn't even made in the USA. If you look at the motor, it's just made in Mexico. Why isn't it made in the USA? I bought some things in Puerto Rico. We have the machinery to do it. Well, what is it? Made in Peru. So when, since Trump, since Barack Obama, since then, before then, when are we having things made in America, made in the USA? Why things are made abroad? Because abroad is cheaper. It's even cheaper to package it over there. It's even cheaper to bring it over here than it is to doing all that and have to pay a ton of money here in the United States. So it's just ridiculous that you're voting because your parents voted Democratic, your parents voted Republican. Vote with your conscience. Vote with what you really truly believe and separate the thinking from your parents' thinking. Vote for who you think it is. Okay? If you want to be a devout Protestant or devout Christian, remember one thing. When you follow religion, you're not doing much. Because you find the belief of others. You got to read the Bible and read it to your own understanding. And I can tell you for a fact that there's nowhere in the Bible where Jesus ever said that having an abortion is illegal. Never. Okay? Never has it been written in the Bible that you have to be married before you have sex. Never. Not one. The only thing that you can come close to that is when it says, do not commit sexual immorality. So whatever that sexual immorality means to you, then you don't do it. But people say that sexual immorality means marriage. Have sex while you're married. A lot of people back in the Old Testament, they had sex with their cousins and their sisters because God said to procreate. They got to come out of somewhere. But when the coming of Jesus Christ, He came down, all that was said in the Old Testament was gone. The only thing that was on the New Testament, in the New Testament stays, which I understand. Stop reading the Bible like people want you to read it. Stop following these passages because they're not true to their game. Follow your heart. You believe there's a God out there. You believe that there's someone watching over you. You believe that there's a good God up there. Then follow Him. Pray with Him. Pray to Him. And you see how things will change. But like I said before I digress, there's no need why religion should be put into politics and vice versa. So please vote correctly on November. Forget about Herschel Walker. He's just a complete wastebasket. And if you're going to vote Republican because someone else is going to take the ideas of Donald Trump, not his size home or anything like that. Okay. So, hope you guys enjoy your day. This is King Gio. Please subscribe to my channel. Shalom, my brothers and sisters.